highlights of this meeting, the presentation of the Norman E. Borlaug Gene Stewardship Award. As you all know, the BGRI Gene Stewardship Award recognizes a researcher or team of researchers serving a national breeding program or other nationally based institution who demonstrate excellence in the development, multiplication, and/or release of rust-resistant wheat varieties through appropriate means that encourage diversity and complexity of resistance, promote the durability of the materials, and help implement the BGRI's goal of responsible gene deployment and stewardship. This year, the BGRI is proud to recognize the wheat team from the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, or CALRO. I'd like to invite, and unfortunately some of the winners couldn't make it, so I'd like to invite Ruth Wayanera, the senior plant pathologist, to come up. The other winners are Peter Njau, who could not be here, and Godwin Macharia. So Ruth, if you would come up, please. And I also want to invite the Director General, Dr. Eliud Carriger. The CALRO Director General, very fortunately, is here. We also invited Immaculate Maina, the Director of the Njoro Station, but she couldn't make it due to visa problems. But Sridhar Bhavani, who nominated the team, is also here. So Sridhar, if you would come up, please. And let me just get organized here. And Ruth, here's your certificate. Dr. Borlaug's. Congratulations. There we go. Good. And maybe the Director General could accept these other two. So if you guys want to have a seat, I have a few more words to say here. Why don't you guys just take a seat there? So the Kenya team is highly deserving of this award. Over the last 8 years, they've built a collaborative platform in Njoro, Kenya to test wheat germplasm from all over the world. They've improved the capacity of the rust screening program, so members of the BGRI are able to successfully test thousands upon thousands of the world's wheat varieties against rust. The National Wheat Program leaders can screen their national varieties. Along with their fellow East Africans in Ethiopia who won the Gene Stewardship Award last year, the wheat team at CALRO is at ground zero in the global effort to develop and deploy durably rust-resistant wheat varieties and keep the world's wheat secure. The CALRO team has contributed significantly to Kenyan wheat security. From 2009 to 2013, the CALRO team helped increase the area under wheat production in Kenya from 160,000 hectares to 180,000 hectares, and productivity in individual farmers' fields from 2.5 to 3 tons per hectare, which is an amazing achievement. The BGR Gene Stewardship Selection Committee lauds CALRO's efforts and the CALRO team who excel in their abilities to generate reliable phenotypic data that has resulted in the identification and characterization of new genes resistant to UG99, develop and release rust-resistant wheat varieties, multiply seed of resistant varieties with diverse genetic backgrounds, conduct disease surveillance activities, facilitate shuttle breeding activities with CIMMYT in Mexico, and use farmer field days and extension to promote and demonstrate the new varieties to smallholder farmers, and cooperate with neighboring and national wheat research programs to share, test, and deploy new varieties. They've also conducted annual trainings to build the capacity of national agricultural research partners around the world. It takes much longer for breeders to develop and test new varieties than it does for the UG99 stem rust fungus to mutate. To achieve long-lasting defense, the BGRI objective leaders encourage breeders to release new varieties that do not rely on single major genes for resistance. In the never-ending battle against pathogens without borders, combinations of major and minor resistance genes slow rust pathogen predation. Please join me again in congratulating the Kenya team, and then we'll have a video to show you the details. So.